Hey YouTube, I'm Jess. Welcome to a new video. Today I'm gonna film a fun video. I'm excited for it. One of you guys asked me to film this ages ago, and it is going to be a Y2K inspired makeup video. I know you probably can't tell because of how youthful I look, but I actually grew up in the 2000s. So we're gonna relate back to early 2000 me. We're gonna dive into the depths of my memory. And we're gonna do our makeup inspired by the trends from the 2000s. So if you're excited to hang out with me and watch this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and let's get started. Okay, so I prepped my skin, I prepped my base and my eyes. And I'm gonna start with eyeshadow because the eyeshadow that I'm going to use today, I'm assuming will have some potential for some fallout. So when I think of Y2K eyeshadow, I think of blue. Baby blue, frosty blue, or this type of blue, like a dark blue. So this is my Charlotte Tilbury, the Icon palette. This is my favorite Charlotte Tilbury palette. I love this palette so much. And it has this beautiful, rich blue color in here that I never get to use. So that's the one I'm gonna use today. The look that I'm gonna do on my eyes is inspired by this Britney Spears photo from the Slave For You music video. I follow all these nostalgia accounts on Instagram and they're always posting about this music video, and I always see this makeup look and I think like, this is just iconic. So that's the inspiration that we're gonna go off of today. I'm pretty much just gonna go right in with this and get it all over the lid, and we're gonna go inner corner all the way to outer corner, just really slowly patting it on, and then we'll figure out how we're gonna blend that out in a second here. So I grew up in the 2000s. I was 10 in 2010, so really like the 2000s were basically me like leaving childhood, becoming a teenager, and entering into adulthood. I have a lot of love and nostalgia for that time period. This is perfect. It's actually kind of deeper than I expected it to be, but this will work. I'm just gonna keep going in with this same brush. There's no additional product on here, and I'm just gonna really softly start blending out the edges. So for me, my biggest Y2K inspo is definitely gonna come from like celebrities and music. At that time, I was like just a really big fangirl of so many different things. Like I just was a fangirl. If I liked something, I loved it so much and I was so passionate about it. Think Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Avril Lavigne. I really loved like pop rock bands like The Killers, Headley. Oh my god, I was obsessed with Headley. I was really big into Lindsay Lohan, you guys. Lindsay Lohan had her moment in the 2000s. I loved every single Lindsay Lohan movie. I loved Lindsay Lohan music. Hilary Duff. My hair has like some Hilary Duff kind of vibes today. I wish I still had some like butterfly clips or something to pop in my hair, but those are long gone. This video is not going to be like how I would have done my makeup in the 2000s because, let's be honest, it would look very different than how this is going to look. It's also not like 100% going to be a recreation. Like it's not supposed to be a decade look where I'm literally trying to recreate exactly how people did their makeup back then. What I'm thinking is it's going to be like a mixture of Y2K trends with modern day trends, so we can get kind of a modern version of a Y2K makeup look. Okay, so here's where we're at with the blue. I feel like I blended it out a lot better on this side. This side I'm having a little bit more trouble with. Let me just try a different brush here. I feel like the skin on my eyelid is getting a little bit softer on this side, so it's a little bit harder to blend. Like my skin kind of moves around with my brush as I try to blend. All right, next I'm gonna pop on a little bit of eyeliner. This is the Maybelline Gel Liner in Blackest Black. It had to be black. If there was one thing that I was obsessed with when I was in high school, it was black eyeliner. I really found my passion for makeup when I was in high school. I started wearing makeup in junior high, probably grade 7 or grade 8. I know my friends were into makeup with me. Like I can think of one friend in particular. We used to go to the MAC counter at the Bay after school and on the weekends, and we would get our makeup done. It was like you could pay $50 to get your makeup done, or you could buy 2 products. So we would always just go get our makeup done and then buy 2 products. And MAC was like it. MAC was iconic back at that time. We didn't have Sephora. Like eventually we did get Sephora when I was in high school, but it took a while before it really caught on and became like what it is now. I do remember going into Sephora for the first time in West Edmonton Mall, and I bought a, what did I buy? I bought the Smashbox white mascara primer. So random. What else? I don't know. I can't really think of what else. But yeah, MAC was like everything. I just loved my MAC eyeshadows. I had them in all of these crazy colors. I would always use MAC foundation. I remember I was like so young and my skin wasn't even bad. Like, I mean, it wasn't great. I've always had a little bit of acne here or there, but I remember once a makeup artist told me they had this like stick foundation, and she was like, it covers tattoos. And I was like, oh my God, this covers tattoos. And like, I had to buy it because I was like, this is amazing how much it covers. And like, I don't know what I looked like walking around with like this super full coverage foundation on, like stick foundation, matte stick foundation. Like, did I know what I was doing with that? I don't know. Okay, so I was right. I did get a little teeny bit of fallout, so I'm just gonna clean that up here with a little micellar water before we continue. Okay, I feel like I'm good with that. A little bit kind of grungy. It's got my modern day winged liner. I definitely was not doing winged liner in the 2000s. I was taking a black kohl and lining all the way around and in my waterline. Which, speaking of, black eyeliner in the waterline was it. Like in between class in high school, my girlfriend and I used to go to the bathroom. We'd have our black eyeliner in our purse and we would just like put the black into our waterline in between every single class, and then it would like seep out and we would go to the bathroom, add it back in and just like load up on mascara every time and just, yeah, like touching it up all day. I was obsessed with the Bad Gal lash from Benefit, because it was called Bad Gal. Like, it was a black bottle with hot pink writing on it. It's Bad Gal lash. And I was like, I'm a bad gal. Oh God. So just to keep in theme with the eyeliner in the waterline, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do white. White in the waterline was definitely a thing back then too. It wasn't as much for me, like I was all about the black, but these days I've been into more light colors in the waterline, and this white is very like nostalgic and has kind of like that Y2K vibe to it, so let's go with that. I already did all my skincare, and then I primed my skin with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter because I knew I was gonna go in with a matte foundation. 2000s foundation for me, like I just talked about, I used that was like all I wanted was the most full coverage and like the most matte. Like I wanted you to not see my skin whatsoever, and I did not want to look oily. I used to carry around those little like oil papers, you know, and you would like tap them on your face and it would collect the oil. Like looking dewy was the end of the world for me. So I was all about full coverage, all about matte. And the most full coverage matte foundation that I own is this guy. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. So I'm going to use a little bit of this. I'm not going to pack it on as heavily as I might have back in the day. This has so much coverage. You can just use a small amount of it to get a nice even complexion. And having that flawless filter underneath is going to just give it that little bit of extra glow that I like these days. I almost didn't film this video today because I knew I wanted to straighten my hair for it, and I was so lazy. I was so tired. I did not want to straighten my hair. So I was like, okay, I'll just film a different video. But I convinced myself to straighten my hair. Guys, I was obsessed with straight hair for like my whole life. Like since I was a kid, I have curly hair. It's quite wavy now because it's very long and heavy and like a little bit damaged. But I used to have super short hair and it was like little curls. That was when I was a really small kid, but I was so obsessed with straight hair. Like Rachel from Friends, when she had her super long, it's basically my hair now. Like I'm just achieving my childhood dreams these days. But you guys know that look that Rachel had where she had like extensions in. This look is very 2000s too, this concealer lip. That look that Rachel had, that was like full on extensions, super straight, highlights. Oh my God, that was my dream hair, and I've just been striving for it ever since. But yeah, I used to be obsessed with straightening my hair. Chi straighteners were like the thing. They were $200. I made $7 an hour, and I worked part-time, and I would save up my money and I would buy these $200 Chi straighteners. I remember buying them and just being like, oh, this is so much money, but like it was the best one, and it would actually get my hair straight, and it was like only cool to have a Chi straightener. So yeah, I knew I wanted to straighten my hair for this video, and I was so lazy, but we're here. I did it. I threw in my little braids. I feel like, I don't know, could I have done them like a little smaller? I think maybe they needed to be a little bit smaller to be more like true to the trends back then, but also I felt like they wouldn't show up on camera if I did them too small. So it's finally started to get warm out these past few days, which has been so exciting. I'm just gonna powder. We've just been leaving our windows open and like the patio door open to kind of keep it cool in the apartment, but I had to shut it to film because of course, like as soon as I started filming, they started doing construction outside. We haven't gotten to turning on our air conditioning yet. If you guys watch like my vlogs and stuff, you'll know we have not had air conditioning ever. So I'm so excited to have it this year, but also I'm afraid of what it's gonna do to our electricity bill. So I've been avoiding turning it on. It's really starting to cook in here. Did I put that under my eye? My under eye still looks so dewy. Let me just add a little more. I don't think I put that under that eye. Did I? I'm kind of debating if I should put anything on my lower lash line. When I was doing makeup during the 2000s on myself, I wouldn't really put anything on the lower lash line, and I kind of like the way that it looks without it. So I think I might just leave it bare. I'm gonna go ahead and load on the mascara. Like I said, for me, the clumpier and thicker and darker the lashes during this time period, the better. I did wear false lashes when I would go to parties and stuff, but like every day to school, false lashes was definitely not happening. I feel like natural lashes were definitely, maybe this is a little bit more 90s or like early 2000s, but natural lashes were definitely more popular than like falsies. I'm just gonna load on like 3 coats of mascara. It's gonna take me probably 15 minutes and then I'll be back. Spidery, clumpy, volumized lashes are in place. So let's move on. Contouring was really not a thing back in the day, but it is now, and we need to contour. I think I'm gonna cream contour because I'm trying to use this up. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. Mine is almost empty, and it's also kind of separating a little bit. It's not in the best condition. So I'm just trying to use it all up before it's unusable, I guess. We're getting there for sure. I think that product is going to be done and empty, it surprises me, and it just keeps going and going. Okay, and then something that really screams Y2K to me personally, I don't know if this is like was like a big thing in pop culture or what, but like bronzer and a lot of it, and like a really orangey color. I don't know what brand does them. Is it like, was it like NYC? Might have been NYC. I used to go to Shoppers and you could get these bronzers that were like this big. They had a clear cap on them and they were so cheap, and I literally used to just take them, take a massive brush and just like cover my entire face in bronzer. It always had like that orangey tone to it, lots of chunky glitter. You guys know what I'm talking about. The closest thing I have to that is this Dior bronzer. This is like my warmest, kind of most orangey toned bronzer. So I'm just going to go in with some of this as well, just to warm up the skin and give me more of that kind of vibe. And then I'm also just gonna throw on my eyebrows really quickly. So to finish off the eyes, what we really need is like a frosty white. We need some frosty white going on the eyes, under that brow bone and in that inner corner of the eye. I do not have anything that is gonna give the exact same look. I feel like those kind of like frosty colors don't really exist anymore. I do have this little Natasha Denona palette here that has this white in it, and I kind of feel like this one has a little bit of a frosty feel, so I'm gonna give this one a try right off the top here and just see how it goes. I have some other ones to try as well if this isn't as frosty as we want, but let's see. I think it'll work. So I'm gonna just highlight my brow bone. Oh yeah, there's some frost there. I don't know, man, like my brow bone is so hairy that I never put highlight on my brow bone because like it doesn't really exist. Like I just have hair there and I kind of struggle with like where to put it. So I'm just kind of like going over top of the hairs. I don't know. I never do this. Okay. And then let me do the inner corner here as well. I'm really just like gonna pack it on and try not to blend it out too much so that it just really looks very dramatic and frosty. I love it. Like you can't do a Y2K makeup look without a frosty brow bone and a frosty inner corner of your eye. Like it just has to happen. Yay, okay, that worked well. So for lips and blush, the color that I think of when I think of like what color I would wear on my cheeks and lips during this time is like a baby pink. Cool toned, really light, just like pop of color, like a white base to it almost. So I'm gonna start with the blush because I feel like I might have to go through a couple of lipsticks before I get the color that I'm looking for, but I do think I have a blush that will work. So this is Love is the Drug from Charlotte Tilbury. This outside color is kind of what I have in mind. I feel like even more pale and even more of a white base would be even more on point, but this is kind of the closest I have to what I'm picturing in my mind. So I'm just gonna go on the outside edge and kind of avoid that center part. And then I'm gonna hit my cheeks with this. I don't think I'm gonna put on any highlighter because I definitely was not highlighting during that time. And when I was looking at a couple of inspo pictures, I didn't want to look at too many inspo pictures because I wasn't really trying to recreate it. I just wanted this video to be like my own interpretation of Y2K makeup. But from the couple of pictures I did look at, like it doesn't really look like people were wearing much highlighter. It was more like the highlight from like a concealer, like a lighter colored concealer in different areas of the face than like something shiny. Yeah, I wish this was just a bit lighter to give like that exact, like I can just picture the little blush I had from like CoverGirl or something like this big with the little brush in the container. I used to buy all the MAC blushes too. Okay, and then concealer lips were a really big thing for people. That was never really anything that I was like aware of or into. For me, I was all about baby pink, like a light baby pink lip. So I'm gonna start with this MAC lip liner that I have. This is in the color Oh Honey. I don't know, this is kind of the wrong tone. Like this is a little peachy. And like the pink I'm thinking of is very blue based. I don't even know if I'm gonna have something to go with like the exact vibe that I'm thinking of. Okay, and then I'm thinking this one. It's called Hot Gossip. It has that little bit of like frostiness to it. It definitely has like the right vibe. I don't know, now I'm feeling a little bit too like 80s. And there's a lot of color happening here with my outfit and my eye makeup. Also my cheeks ended up a bit peachier than I wanted. Okay, let me take this off. I have another one from MAC that I want to try, and then if it doesn't work, I will do just like more of a nude color. Okay, so this is Pure Zen, which is more of like a 2015 color to me. 2013, 2014, 2015 in there. Mine is also like so melty and broken. I want to show you, it's so bad. You guys see that? Oh my god, it's such a mess. It fully melted and broke, but it hasn't gone off yet, so I just keep sticking it back in and using it over and over. Ew, it's mushing. Okay, this is, I think I'm gonna stick with this. It works with the look, and it does have like that kind of baby pink Y2K feel mixed with like that concealer lips nude kind of feel, you know what I mean? I think it works. All right, and then I'm just gonna spray my face with a little bit of setting spray. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. Definitely a product that I would have used back then. I loved Urban Decay. The branding and packaging of everything just really spoke to me as like a rebellious teenager, you know? Okay, you guys, so here is my Y2K inspired makeup look. I'm kind of obsessed. What do you guys think? How do you like it? I think the pop of like super bright white on the inner corner and only having the dark eyeshadow on top looks so cool together. I'm digging this, and I feel like I want to bring this look back. I mean, it kind of is back, right? Like Y2K makeup is definitely a thing right now. I'm living for this, honestly. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That's gonna help more people to see it too. It tells YouTube that this is good content and something that other people should watch. And then it goes and it shows my video to them, and then I can pull them in with all of us here. So give it a thumbs up. Thank you if you do that on my videos. It means a lot to me. If you're not subscribed already, please make sure you subscribe. That way you won't miss out on my future videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.